You had me with the title. Our next poet tonight is Christopher Luna. He's the Clark County, Washington Poet Laureate, and he's been collaborating with musicians for a quarter century. And if you ever have a chance to see Christopher do his poetry with some of the musicians, it really is a fun treat. So check it out. He has an MFA from Jack Kerouac School of Disembodied Poetics, where he performed his poetry with musicians including Totter, Jason Levis, Levi's, Ron Ewing, Tyler Burba, and Stephen Taylor. Welcome, Christopher Luna.
I'm going to start with 2 parts from a 4-part poem, Abundant Fortune, and then I'm going to read the poem that's in the book. And all 4 parts of Abundant Fortune are about music. Missed opportunities for David Magdalene. Pockets stuffed with disposable income, the kid wasted precious time regretting all the greats he missed seeing. Aretha, Isaac Hayes, James Brown, Stevie Ray. That mistake had cost him a girlfriend. It's Stevie Ray to the highway, she warned. And she wasn't kidding. That girl was serious about her music. She'd once cut short a blowjob to deconstruct the antiseptic lifelessness of ELO. I can't stand how they overproduce the soul out of every fucking song, she spat. Don't bring me down, he muttered as he headed off into the moonlight. Frustrated, he sped home. Tracy Lords waited in the VCR, whimpering like a baby in the golden eternity. We have forgotten how to play, like Curtis Mayfield burned by a falling lighting rig. The smell of flesh slipping from the bone invariably affects one's sense of stability. Fortune is notoriously impermanent. One grease fire and the community is homeless. Smoke damage engenders another street corner spinner, a beneath-the-bridge prophet. Type of guy laughs in the face of a cult follower the day after the scheduled end of the world has failed to materialize. Kind of guy makes people nervous, unwashed, heathen, shaman, seer, visionary in a ratty hat. Dervish, burned by unrealistic expectations, yet time was impossible to measure. Wind worried beneath the eyelids as each moment trailed past like a zoetrope suffering from neglect. Urban tornado interrupted by the kid in the hoodie, staring in disbelief. Don't you see, kid? This is your moment. Live in it and it stretches like Atlantic City saltwater tapping. The second one. Charmed Love. Thanks. Charmed Life for Mel Favara, who works over here at IPRC, and Greg Luna, who's my brother in Rochester, New York. It is not easy to come to a definitive conclusion about fortune. Is everything predestined, or do we make our own luck? Can our desires be made manifest? Do we simply dress the chaos of our lives in the cloak of post-justification, or are we mages molding reality to our whim? Slash through the net of habit-forming thoughts. Rock is all about guitar. Jazz guitar is lame because they always play clean, always play it safe. Mint out soul. Santana isn't merely virtuosic, he is the vessel for a sound that comes from somewhere beyond him. The vibration of his guitar strings uplifts, sends the heart soaring, causes damaged cells to regenerate. Tone so sublime, he must close his eyes, hold the note till it keens, till it leaps into the stratosphere. Satori, enlightenment in an instant. Nirvana, rapture. Never satisfied. After fulfillment, begin again. This castle made of sand melts into the sea, eventually. My thoughts about luck become conflated with my thoughts about rock and roll because the music saved my ass. Everyone is a snob about the music they like and wonders why others waste their time on nonsense. This attitude is obnoxious and irrational, but unavoidable. On a good day, life-saving tunes arrive in the mail from the East Coast. My music angels come through again. The soundtrack unfolds. Music gonna make everything all right. Rock liberates, allows us to imagine ourselves as rebels, even when we are completely imprisoned. I gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. Ganesh raises his axe to sever the bond of all attachments. I must sing again, or they will never know it was me who transcended this unpleasant turn of events. I get by with a little help from my friends. Amateur alchemist, remover of obstacles, lover, lifer, acolyte, wide-eyed, submissive, true believer, renunciate, pompatus of, Jeepster for. It's kind of like if you get me started talking about poetry, you might not be able to get me shut up. Same thing with rock and roll. So here's the poem that's in the book, and it happens to be a poem that I like a lot, and it's a poem that is deliberately intended to provoke. So this is a love it or hate it poem, depending on how you feel about the subject of the poem. King of what? King of who? There is nothing regal about the way Elvis would go cross-eyed every time he did something cute in one of his movies. Nothing rocking about the minstrel show, spoon-fed to young white girls to protect them from Chuck Berry, Muddy Waters, and Little Richard. And if he truly loved the music he aped, watered down, and emasculated, that pained look of embarrassment he wears on screen must reflect his awareness that he would forever remain second-rate, a pale imitation.